No, we're not getting started yet. No. Okay, welcome everyone. I'm glad to see your beautiful faces this morning. Thank you all for being here and coming out. Um, Again, greetings and welcome to everyone that's here to celebrate our 2016-2017 Hop and Skip students completion. Give yourselves a hand for completing the program. You did a good job so far. We want to give special recognition to all the parents that are here, all of our presenters, distinguished faculty in the back of the room, staff, family, and friends, and other honored guests. It is a pleasure to be here today to celebrate the success of our health occupational program, HOP, and our STEM career intervention program, SKIP, students number 1. So that makes you very, 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 very important. You're the first to finish our program, cohort 1. Yay! This has been an unforgettable journey that has prepared you as a future STEM professional, eventually becoming nurses, engineers, doctors, surgeons, pharmacists, hopefully some pharmacists. You put in valuable time and commitment to be here on Saturdays along with your parents and experience with what each presenter had to share with you. Your parents also were dedicated to ensuring you were here to receive the information prepared as well as learn more themselves about assisting you in your STEM endeavors. It takes a lot of dedication and determination to reach your goals of being a STEM professional, and now you have completed one additional step on your journey. On behalf of the entire NWDP team, I would like to say congratulations to all of you. It's been a very, very great experience working with each and every one of you. I'm so proud of all of you. You've come a long way. You're grown. You're going on to the next step. For some of you, it will be SKIP, and for some, hopefully, our other pipeline programs and other similar activities. First, I would like to give recognition to some of our presenters that are here. When I call your name, please stand. Ms. Katie Chapungu. She was one of our presenters. Ms. Slater, you could have us stand up and say hello. You guys remember her? Mr. Borden is also here. And I don't think I see anyone else. Okay. So they are here along with you to celebrate. Okay? We're going to ask that we're going to have some reflections today. You guys ready? Starting with Mr. Shane Seabury. He has been in our JUMP program as well as our SKIP program. We're very proud of Shane Seabury. He is our 10th grade SKIP student. Come on up. Let me move my doohickey.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Shane. I participated in both the JUMP program in the summer and the SKIP program for 10th graders throughout the school year. I'm going to talk a little bit about both programs, like what we did in both programs and what I took away from them. So starting with the JUMP program in the summer was a really good experience for me. It was a two-week program in which I met with a bunch of other students, about 20 to 25 other students. And we learned about the STEM and healthcare fields, and we were introduced to different professions, and we took a SAT prep course, which helped me improve my PSAT scores. The most important thing that the summer program did for me was connect me to a vast base of mentors and professionals who were ready to help me with my educational journey. I met with everyone in the program was assigned a mentor, and the mentor has helped me learn what I need to learn, and has given me advice about what I need to do going forward in my professional career. And I still talk to my mentor from the summer now. Like, I talk to him at least once a week. I have his Snapchat. I mean, like, I don't know if you guys know what that is, but yeah. Um, and I also met professionals that are where I want to go. Like, in the summer program, we would go and see. We'd go to a building where there were, for example, there were doctors, and we go and they teach us about what they did in a day, and we just get to see what they did in a day, see the kinds of things we did, to see get a taste of all the different professions, to see what kind of things we liked and what we maybe didn't like, and that was really good for me because going into that program, I wasn't exactly sure what I wanted to do, but it helped me like know what I didn't want to do, and get me closer to saying what I did want to do. The other students that I met during the program have also encouraged me and I them to do more with ourselves during our free time. I still talk to a lot of them outside of the programs. Um, and it was nice to meet a variety of students that shared similar interests with me and provided me with encouragement to do more like educational stuff. The SKIP program, which was the program, I'm a 10th grade, so for me it was a SKIP program. Ninth graders, it was the HOT program. Um, and it was during the school year, and we met once every 2 weeks on Saturdays, and we were introduced to a lot of different professions, and the presenters talked to us about like what kind of classes they took in college and what they kind of did during the day to like in the various professionals. For example, one that I particularly enjoyed was a civil engineering thing. So he gave us a career lecture about Mr. Eric Boyden. He gave us a career lecture about what he did during the day and what kind of classes he had to take in college to get to where he is. And he also talked about like the expected salary, like that you could expect to get going into this field. And after the lecture, we got a taste of kind of what civil engineering is. So we had to do a presentation where we had a limited amount of time, and we were given popsicle sticks, glue, and rubber bands, and some other like kind of scrappy materials. And we had to make a bridge that could hold, I think it was a calculator or something like that that we use. And then like the better your bridge was, the more weight it could carry. And there were like 3 groups. I think we used 2 groups to make 2 different bridges, and then we just compared at the end to see whose bridge was better. And my bridge won, just for the record. Yeah, but that was like really fun for me. I like that. But that's kind of like what each different career lecture was about. We get a different lecture every week about different career paths. Overall, the Hop and Skip programs have benefited me both academically and socially, and I would highly recommend these programs to any students of color that are interested in STEM or healthcare fields, because they give you a really good like baseline of like, and they introduce you to a lot of things about what you want to do and what you might not want to do, and they give you like a lot of people that can help you get where you want to go. So, thank you.
Good job, Shane. And the next student reflection we will have is Mr. Xavier Goodman, our HOP ninth grade student, also participated in our JUMP program.
Morning, everyone. My name is Xavier Goodman. I'm 14 years old. I'm in ninth grade, participating in the HOP program, and I go to school in Wakefield High School in Virginia. And I've been part of the 2 STEM programs for Howard University, JUMP, and HOP for ninth graders, not 10th for 6th graders, but I'm doing it next year. And over the course of 2 years, I've learned a lot from the many mentors and sessions provided by Ms. Terry and Ms. McFarland. Thank you. Um, and today I just want to talk about the different experience that I had. Um, today, first I want to talk about the jump program, which was really memorable for me because there was one session where a person came in. Don't remember his name, unfortunately, um, but he talked about how he came from like a bad life during like he had run-ins with like violence and drugs and gangs, and how he came out of that to become a better person and to have a purpose in life. And so he could, I do not remember what job he had, but all I know is that he just became a better person from those experiences and learned from his past. And in the HOP program, um, we were talking to one person, don't remember his name again, um, but he talked about how he did a job for health profession, and he talked about how he worked in the emergency room with different doctors and giving them advice on like different tools they could use. So we tried to sell different medical devices to help people get better in the who are in the emergency room, and that really helped me because I want to get into a health profession, specifically forensics, like the anatomy of the body. So that's what I want to do in the future. And both these experiences show me that anyone can have a purpose, and yeah, that's basically it.
Thank you, Xavier and Shane. And just to for our some of our guests, just to give you a little bit more background. So our Hop and Skip program, this is our year-long program. This students came on every other Saturday, starting in September all the way through last weekend. And they were introduced to various, as they just spoke to you about, various career fields in STEM. STEM, HOP was healthcare, SKIP is non-healthcare STEM areas. Our JUMP program, which I'll get into a little later, is our summer program that we hope some of you come on into that program as well. And we will now have Dr. Mary Menino come up and introduce our keynote speaker for the day. Thank you, Dr. Menino.
Good morning, everyone. Oh, it's afternoon already, maybe? Oh, still morning, so good morning. I'm so excited to see our students matriculate through our program, and I'm so very glad to be here. My name is Mary Maneno. I'm an assistant professor in the College of Pharmacy, and my role in the project is really behind the scenes. We were part of the faculty who wrote the grant for this project, and so sometimes it's so nice to put things on paper, but it's even better when you see what your vision was come through to fruition. So I'm so very excited that you chose us to be a part of your journey. I would want to do something better for the parents. If all the parents could stand up and be recognized. So please give a hand to your parents. They could have chosen to do anything else on a Saturday, but they chose to come here and bring you here and make sure that you get this experience. And so I am truly appreciative of that. And I also want to acknowledge my staff members, Ms. Tawana Terry and Ms. LaWanda McFarland, who's somewhere in the scenes. If they could please be recognized for all their hard and tireless efforts. They could have also been doing other things on a Saturday, but they chose to be here and be a part of our program, and so we're very grateful for that. I do want to say something about pipeline programming, because I really feel that this is the way that we are going to help increase the number of underrepresented minority students into the STEM and healthcare fields. We really want you to feel like this is not an end, but a beginning of a journey with Howard University. We believe that we are your allies, we are your partners, and so even though your children may come out of the program or remain with us, we really want you to know that we are part of your journey. So when you have questions about college applications, when you have questions about prerequisites for specific programs, we want you to feel like you can give us a call or reach out to us for us to give you more information. So we are your resource. We are your partner. We need you as much as you need us. And so we want you to know that we are here for you, that this is not an end and this is a beginning, and that we hope through technology to further continue to engage all the students who have been a part of our pipeline program. I'm sure Ms. Terry has shared that we plan to have our website up and running sometime in June. It's going to be the National Workforce Diversity Pipeline Resource Center. It's not just going to be a passive website. It's going to be an active website where students can have profiles on the site, and we can be able to send them information about additional programs, send them information about additional opportunities, send them information about additional means that they could be able to continue their efforts to join the STEM and healthcare pipeline. So we hope that when we send information about that you will ensure that you can participate. Even parents can log on and register on the site. So when you want further information from, for example, our financial literacy presenter, and you have a question, we can get him to respond to your particular answers. If you want questions about college preparation, we would be able to answer to those mechanisms. So we really want this to be a dynamic effort, and so we're trying to use technology in any way, shape, or form, because this is the age of technology, and we want to make sure that we're able to use that to continue to engage all and any of our participants. So thank you very much. Now, my task was to introduce our keynote speaker, so I will go ahead and do that. I'm so very pleased that Ms. Tamara Owens chose to be our keynote speaker. Ms. Tamara Owens is the founding director of the Clinical Skills and Simulation Center at Howard University Health Sciences. She holds a master's degree in education with a concentration in curriculum and instruction, and is currently pursuing a PhD in health communication. She serves on key curriculum committees for Howard University in an effort to develop clinical skills and simulation curriculum. Ms. Owens has also served on the board of directors for the International Association for Standardized Patients and Educators. Ms. Owens has several publications and is first author of a chapter in defining excellence in simulation programs. She also has various research interests. She has covered a diverse range of topics and has taken global, and these topics have been discussed globally as far as South Africa. Her current international research is in Kenya, my home country, and where she will train standardized patients to portray adolescent patients in an effort to train healthcare professionals on how to communicate with adolescent patients with HIV and AIDS. So her complete biography is also in the program, but at this moment I would like you to join me in welcoming Ms. Owens, our keynote speaker. And she has a wonderful presentation for us, so I will yield the floor to her.
Good morning, good afternoon, everyone. How are you? Good, good. You've had a great experience, it seems, in this program thus far. Yes? Yes. So I'm a little bit more animated than maybe some of your other speakers because of the nature of what I do. So I'll probably walk out and talk to you, and I'm going to ask you to do some things, to talk to each other, to get feedback, but this is going to be interactive. I want you to learn from this. When you leave here today, you will be able to remember Ms. Owens, you'll be able to remember healthcare simulation and how it relates to STEM, and hopefully you'll join me in healthcare simulation. As I was introduced, I am the founding director for the program here at Howard University. I'm originally from Texas. I'm not a native Washingtonian. I'm a Texas born, bred, and will probably retire there. But I'm so fortunate to be here at Howard University. I'm so glad that they brought me here because there's so much rich, this is a rich environment, rich culture in which it has allowed me to grow over the last 8 years. And so I'm pretty sure that each of you over the last year, the 2 years that you've been in the program, you've had an opportunity to grow. The professors, the professionals you meet here are world renowned. There are none other. This is the Mecca, so I'm glad you're here, and I hope today that I'll be able to inspire you to move into healthcare. So let's get started. So my objectives today are very simple. It's just 3. I'm not going to be before you too long. I want to talk to you, introduce you to healthcare simulation. We're going to do a little exercise where you're going to correlate your STEM knowledge with Baby Hal. I brought a mannequin here today, and so I'm going to ask for some volunteers a little bit later to apply your knowledge that you've learned. and hopefully you're thinking your innovation into what we need to do next. And then we're going to discuss some healthcare simulation career opportunities today. Okay, so the first activity is I want you to talk to your partner next to you, and I want you to discuss what you believe healthcare simulation is. I want you to come up with a definition, and I'm going to ask someone to tell me what that definition is. So take about a minute with your neighbor, discuss. If you don't know who they are, introduce yourselves. You never meet a stranger here at Howard University, so introduce yourselves, discuss what you believe healthcare simulation is. There's a young lady right there, engage her. You want to turn around to your neighbor and engage in the conversation? Okay, so who can tell me, who has a good definition for what healthcare simulation is that they want to share with us? I will pick someone. I'm that kind of professor. Right there in the second row. Yes, ma'am. Stand up, tell me your name, your grade, and what did you and your colleague come up with?
My name is Anita, and I'm in the 9th grade, and my colleague and I came up with the definition. Healthcare simulation is when you simulate healthcare procedures on, like, mannequins.
Okay, very good, very good. Anybody else have anything they want to add to what she just said? You come up with something different, maybe? No? Okay. Well, she is right. Pretty much, healthcare is a technique that creates a simulated environment. We can create a simulated situation that will allow persons to experience a representation of a real healthcare event for the purposes of training, practicing, learning, evaluation, testing, to gain understanding of systems or human interaction. In addition to that, what I do is I help to apply these techniques over in my simulated center. The first assignment I'm going to have for you post this. I always give assignments. I want you to Google Howard University Simulation Center, and I want you to take a look at the video. It gives you an opportunity to see the environment by which I'm speaking about. We weren't able to connect the audio so I can show you the video, but I do want you to Google that tonight, because what I do is I help to design curriculum so that we can teach our healthcare students. We assess them. We also conduct research on what things we need to do next. We, in an effort to increase patient safety and reduce medical errors. Everything we do is about the patient. So all of the teaching, the training, the equipment that we use, we want to make sure that everything that we're utilizing is for the benefit of you, the patient, in the end. Okay, so there's two different modalities for simulation. There's one which was referred to a moment ago called standardized patients, and then the other side there's the mannequin base. So the standardized patient methodology within simulation, those are humans just such as yourself. We train individuals. You come to the clinical skills center and you say, hey, I want to be a standardized patient. We will bring you in, we'll teach you and train you how to become a standardized patient so that we can utilize you in various scenarios, such as teach you how to have chest pain. We'll tell you your name, we'll tell you the symptoms you have, we'll tell you if you have a mother, father, and we train you on a script. So when our learners come in, as you see on the screen, they come in and they start asking questions. We probably are teaching them in that particular picture how to take a history, how to ask the right questions from your patients in terms of determining what the problem is. And also we teach them how to do physical exam techniques on these standardized patients. So these individuals are interested in education, they're interested in healthcare, they're interested in making sure that you learn the proper techniques prior to going in and engaging with the real patient. I don't know if any of the parents have ever had an experience where you're in your real physician's office and they say, do you mind if a student comes in? Right. Did you allow it? I see a head saying, did you allow it? Yeah, you did? Very good, thank you, because that's the way in which they learn. They've been in that simulated environment, and now they need to come and work with a real patient and see how it is in the real way. The other side of simulation, healthcare simulation, is mannequin-based, and that's where the young lady's definition talked about working on procedures. We use the mannequins in order to teach you how to do different procedures, different techniques, in order for you to know the proper steps. Those are the things you can't do on the humans. We can't draw blood on the humans. We can't, learn how to suture on the humans. So we use the mannequin side. And so that's what I'm going to focus on today, your STEM careers on the mannequin side of healthcare simulation. So the first aspect of healthcare simulation is using high-fidelity mannequins. And so on the screen, you'll see that down below, this is SimMan 3G. And up above, that's Noelle. She's a birthing mannequin. So they're basically just 210 pounds of computer. Some innovator, some creator, some engineer, technologist created a computer and put skin around it, made it look human so that we can actually simulate different scenarios. This mannequin at the bottom can seize, they can cry, they can froth at the mouth, they can tear, they can urinate, we can put blood in them, they can bleed out. They can do certain scenarios such as asthma. We can simulate asthma, so you'll know how to treat an asthmatic patient. The female mannequin at the top is a birthing mannequin. She can have all different types of deliveries. We have simulated, you're going to work with a baby today, but we have simulated babies that she actually gives birth to. We can do normal deliveries, abnormal deliveries. She can have a hysterectomy, different types of things. But again, they're actually just big computers that someone has created. A scientist has actually gone in and put different scenarios, work the configurations out, and we can actually press a button and simulate those things for the benefit of training. Again, all for the patient at the end, so that students can learn in that simulated environment before they go to the real environment. So prior to the delivery that this parent told us about, the student probably had already practiced on the birthing simulator prior to going in there, so they were able to go in and actually be functional. Part task trainers. So these are just parts of the body. Either a hand to learn how IV access. So someone created a hand where they had different plastic wear underneath to simulate the actual vessels. And then you had to the creator had to actually put a I like to be at the screen. Put a contraption on there, an actual IV bag, where the blood can flow from the IV bag into the arm, so that when the student goes in and actually finds the vein, they will actually extract blood. So that takes a little bit of design in order to be able to do that. Down here, you can see that there are other types of part task simulators. We can have a torso to learn you how to do NG tube. We can have arms. We can have feet. We can have knees for injections. All different types of part tasks so that you can learn that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in order to do that. In terms of the back end, that's what I get to do. I get to tell the students how to do it. But before it even gets to me, someone had to create these things. Someone had to think these things out, design these things so that we'd be able to use them so they could be realistic for us to use in the actual simulation, and also simulate what the students will see in the real clinical setting. The other aspect of healthcare simulation is virtual reality trainers, 3D, as well as gaming. Has anybody ever thought about becoming a gamer? Do you play games? Yeah? No? Do you ever think about, in the back, do you ever think about how they actually put the games together? No? You don't care, right? You're just playing it. So in healthcare simulation, someone thinks about how we can take the body, how we can actually take a human body and take the layers of skin off so that you can get to the skeletal piece, so you can understand what's underneath. We could layer it till you actually know where the organs are, where the skin, how the muscles are located, the vessels. Also, learning laparoscopic skills. If you've ever had surgery, they no longer do a whole lot of cutting on individuals. Everything is done more laparoscopically. So in order to do that, we have to, someone created box trainers so that surgeons can come in and actually learn dexterity, motor skills in order to do surgeries. And then also for dentistry, there is simulated dental procedures that you can use on gaming devices that you're not actually extracting a real tooth. It's a simulated tooth. So there's gaming opportunities in healthcare simulation, as well as 3D and virtual reality trainers. So what I'm here to talk about or convey to you is that we need you. All of you have been in this program learning various aspects of STEM and how it integrates seeing real professionals, but we also need you on the back end for the educational side as well. We need new innovations. We need your creativity, your innovation, and your intellect in order to help us move to the next generation of healthcare. So with that being said, we're going to actually work on a simulator. I'm not about speaking, I'm about action. So I have a simulator over here. I need 4 volunteers to come up front. And what I'm going to ask you to do is actually examine the baby, and based on what you see, tell me what you believe the engineers, the developers utilized to create this baby, and what would you do to move it to the next level. Okay, so I need 4 volunteers. Today? One? Yeah, give him a hand. Turn around so they can see. Is she turning blue?
No.
You hear her breathing? Okay. So, turn around so they can see, so everybody can see. Show her. Tell me visually what you see on this baby. Her face is blue. You hear what? The crying? Okay. What else do you notice on this mannequin?
She moved on.
She's moving her arms. Okay. What else? Examine the baby. Okay. What else do you notice? Put your hand on her chest, on his chest. Is beating fast. Let them hold the baby. So think about what you just observed. What do you think went into creating this mannequin? Right, but think from a science, technology, engineering, and mathematics perspective. What do you think went into making this mannequin? It's a baby. Look how you holding the baby. I want you also to answer this question. Help them out. What do you think from a science, technology, engineering, mathematics background went into creating this particular mannequin? Yes, ma'am. Stand up because we can't hear the baby crying.
They had to study for the baby to make it seem like it's
They had to study a real baby. Okay, and then what? After you studied the real baby, then what you had to think about?
they had to figure out
The parts that went into it, the design of it, how to actually put it together so that you can actually have a chest that rises and falls, right? You have to think about how to put the audio in there, right? And then you have to think about programming, right? That scenario is just a newborn baby coming out. And basically, we had to program how the crying, when the crying starts. What does the blue represent? Does anybody know what blue, if a baby turns blue, what happens? Say again? Lack of oxygen? That's correct. Choking. So, in order to create that cyanosis, we had to think about how to make the color illuminate, correct? So all of this is in the background. I'm just an educator. So when I get the baby, I expect you to do all these things, right? That's good. She's rocking the baby. I just basically have to deliver the curriculum. But you, the scientists, have to determine how to design this baby. And first is actually going and doing research on what a baby would do, how he would cry, a newborn baby with certain things. And then, okay, what types of material I need to actually make and create this type of baby. The arm is moving. So what do you think is making the arm move? Say again? Motors? Right. Some sort of motors that makes it, and someone has to time the motor, right? You have to think about the timing. The baby's arm is just not going to do like this. So you have to think about that in your overall design. So what about the chest rising and fall? What do you think? I'm gonna turn it off because she's getting a little annoying. I think it went off. She stopped blinking? Okay. So what do you think goes into the rise and fall of the chest? A pump or hydraulics that make the chest rise and fall. And then you have to have some sort of knowing how fast, how slow a baby's heart rises and falls and program that into it, right? Does it feel real? Does the skin feel real or does it feel plastic? Plastic. Feels plastic. So what's needed next? We need some skin that's a little bit more realistic, right? Right. So I want you to think about all these different aspects of how this mannequin was put together. This mannequin is actually old. There's a new version out now. Went to the conference in January, and the skin does feel real. So people have been working, engineers have been working on this over the last couple of years to make it a little bit more real. The chest, actually, the arms, really well. They're really moving. The legs actually move now. They got it to where the legs move. If you notice on here, they have the leads. There's no longer leads to show you where to place the stethoscope. Anywhere you want to place it, you can. And hear the heartbeat. Anywhere you can now also inject the baby if you needed to give it some sort of medicine. And this one is a simulated bone in here. Had to think about that. I know in the back you can't see. And that's where typically you put medicine in children and in babies in their legs. So now the new version doesn't have this. You can just stick it in there. You don't have to take it off and do it. So what I'm trying to get you to understand is that simulation is constantly moving. And so we constantly need individuals with the background of science, technology, engineering, and mathematics to keep us moving forward. It's particularly in healthcare. As new diseases, new different types of things come out, we need simulators in order to get us to train individuals to learn how to work on real patients when they get in the clinic. The other thing that the new version has, they no longer have the wires. So they've made it such that it is now wireless. And then I don't need to plug him or her in into the actual socket. This won't be there. It's actually a true baby. And the other part is, if you notice, what happens, parents, on a baby's head, is it sometimes soft at the top? Right. This one is not soft. It's hard. It's very hard. The new baby's head is soft. And you can actually feel it. It actually feels like a baby's head. Okay? Thank you. Let's give our volunteers a hand. And afterwards, if you want to come up and if you didn't get a chance to see it closely, you can come up and do that. Hopefully she won't start crying again. Okay. Okay, these are just some of the features of the mannequin. This mannequin has vascular access. You can do vascular type things to baby Hal. You can also do gastrointestinal type scenarios with baby Hal, airway, of course, respiratory, and then just some general information. He weighs about 8 pounds. Was he heavy? It was very heavy because it's just one big computer with some skin wrapped around it. Yeah, so that's baby Hal. So a little bit about me. I know that you've been in front of a lot of different professors before, but I just want to give you a little bit about my history, my background, and hopefully from that you'll be able to think about you can too persevere. As I stated earlier, I am from Texas. I didn't plan to be in healthcare. That wasn't my goal. My goal was to be a lawyer. I had planned, I was studying to take the LSAT. But I was introduced to simulation by actually a Howard alum in Texas. He's a physician, and he asked me had I did I know about standardized patients, and I said, of course, no. I was just working as a secretary as I actually was preparing to take the LSAT. And so he asked that I actually come over and talk to him and go and observe a standardized patient encounter, and I did. And I was pretty much hooked because I could see the value of what standardized patients brought to education and also to the patient on the other end. And so from that, I never looked back. I was hooked on simulation. I was hooked on seeing what I could do in order to carve out a career for myself and see what I could do in order to impact healthcare in some way. Over the years, I've moved more into simulation, working with the mannequins. I love working with the mannequins. I love people more, but I like the mannequins. They bring a different value or different asset to the classroom. But what I do, designing curriculum and actually educating the students, can't help but happen unless there are individuals such as yourself out there constantly designing new technologies for us to use in the classroom and introduce. It's fun, it's nice to be with the new mannequins, but as I said, this mannequin is old. It may look like something innovative, but it's like old compared to what's out there now. And the only way for that to happen is for individuals to actually devote time, devote their careers, and devote their energies, their knowledge into doing that. So some of the careers in STEM related to healthcare simulation are computer system analyst. If you haven't thought about some of these careers, I just want you to think about them. Network and computer systems administrator, statistician. We need those individuals. Biomedical engineers, researchers, of course, always in the lab looking for the next thing, answering that big next question. Programmers, web and software developers, and just as I heard earlier, we need the medicine, the physicians, the dentists, the pharmacy, individual professionals, the nursing as well, going into those careers. For me, I've been fortunate enough to have a career in healthcare simulation that's taken me to 4 continents out of the 7. Last year alone, I was in Nairobi and I was in Singapore, but I've gone to, somebody said yeah? But I've gone to other countries as well. And what I do when I go there, I talk about healthcare simulation. I emphasize its importance, and I always emphasize the need for not only just me, people like myself that are educators, but those who are on the other end in technology, that the innovators, those who can make us, make our jobs easier by providing us with the tools we need in order to teach the next generation. So these are just some of the pictures of where I've traveled. I went to Interlaken, Sweden. That's just somewhere. Who goes there, but I actually had an opportunity to go there. So in conclusion, I hope that my talk has inspired you to think about a career in healthcare simulation and whatever you want to go in, if it's an engineer or if it's a computer analyst, into healthcare simulation, because the door is just wide open. There's so much you can do. You can carve out a career for yourself that you never think about its work. It's just pure fun every day. When I go to the Simulation Center or the Clinical Skills Center, my staff knows that when I come, it's going to be fun. I don't like any sedentary desk-type work. I like to have fun. I like to be in front of the students. I like to be innovative and introduce them to innovation. I believe a career such as myself, like mine, that you too can have. I hope that every day that you prepare yourself, it doesn't start when you get to college, it starts now. So being in these programs every day, every weekend, it's important. Every time you take a test at school, don't think about it, oh, I have another opportunity to make up my grade. No. Make sure you do your best on that particular test at that particular time, because you may not know how you're going to get to college or what's going to happen beyond, but I do know this: if you don't take one step every day to get you to that next level, it won't matter when you get to college and you're thinking about a career in STEM because you didn't do well in certain areas in high school. So every day, just think about, I'm going to do my best. I'm going to move forward. I don't know how college is going to be paid for. I don't know how this is going to happen, but it will happen. Trust me, I know. I didn't have a clue as to when I got out of high school what I was going to do. My father just told us you either go to college or you go to the Army. We had no money. You just figured it out. So we were dropped off on campus with no money, and you figured it out. And I'm so thankful that they gave us the tools necessary to figure it out. And I'm so grateful that they told us every day, make sure you do well in school. Make sure that you listen, you sit down, you act like you got some sense, and you do what the teachers say. Because I'm able to have a phenomenal career that I'm able to share with you today and hopefully inspire you to do the same. I look forward to seeing you in the future. And with that, I'm going to say thank you. And if you have any questions for me, I'll be happy to answer. Okay. All right. Anything that wasn't clear, I'll be happy to clarify. Nope? Okay, but I'll be available afterward. If you want to play with the baby, you're welcome to do so. Thank you.
Let's give Ms. Owens another hand. That was a great presentation. And we will have some simulation time this summer for those that are still thinking about the JUMP program and haven't applied yet. This is a snippet of some of the exposure you'll have again in the summer program. So thank you again, Ms. Owens. At this time, we're going to do our presentation of awards, presenting you your awards for this closing ceremony. Right. First, going to start with our HOP students. Hello. Oh, okay. All right, let me introduce, some of you have already met Dr. LaMarcus Wingate. He is also one of our faculty members that help prepare and envision, as Dr. Menino said earlier. And he will be presenting along with the awards. All right, first person, Anaya Davis Jackson. Congratulations, Anaya. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Come on up. You can get on this side. It's great. Oh, and I didn't give her this. I'll give it back to her. Asia Lindsay. Congratulations, Asia. Isaiah Nance. Mr. Nance here. Yeah. Xavier Goodman. Ooh. Congratulations, Xavier, for completing our program. Milan Martin. She here, that's Milan. Marvin Mackle. Yay. Congratulations, Marvin, on completing our program. Justice Browder. Congratulations on completing our program. Janiyah Kelly. You okay? Come on, you got it? Okay, wait a minute. Here you are. Jakira White. Congratulations, Jakira. Imani Creedle. See Miss Creedle? No. Dakota West. Let's see her name. Bracy Keene. I always say her name. Bracy. Good job, Bracy. Congratulations. Brianna Jackson. Good job, Brianna. Let's give another round of applause for our hot finishing students. Awesome. Now we have our skip students. Anu. I'm going to say Anu because I don't want to mispronounce your name. Miss Anu. Is she here? Christina Pengenet. And I'm going to ask that Jessica come up and accept her sisters on behalf of her sister. Jessica is also one of our mentors in the program as well. Awesome. On behalf of Christina. Garen Petty. Congratulations, Karen. Mr. Gary Moore Jr. Good job, Gary. Mr. Jalen King. Congratulations. Miss Kalia Northern. Miss Kaleche. I don't want to mess up your last name. I'm sorry. Pronounce your last name for me. Ihedrika. Okay. Congratulations. Miss Portia Conti. Ruth Domia. I see Ruth. Oh. Congratulations, Ruth, completing the program. Mr. Shane Seabury. Congratulations, Shane. Mr. Savion Rosales. Congratulations, Savion. Shapay Joyner. Miss Savannah Pearson. Congratulations, Savannah. Okay. It's Naja Rahman. It's Naja Rahman. See her? No, I thought. Okay. All right. Let's give everyone a round of applause. Good job. Next on the agenda, we would like to honor our presenters that are here. So as I call your name, please come up. Miss Gervain Slater Taylor. I always say Miss Slater. Thank you for being a part of our program. Mr. John Carlos Crater. Excuse me, Mrs. Yvonne Little Brooks. And Mr. DeQuan Malone, that's the person that earlier Mr. Goodman was trying to remember. His name is Mr. DeQuan Malone. I thought I saw him in the back. No? Okay. Mr. Eric Borden. Thank you, Mr. Borden. And Mrs. Katie Chimpunga. Sorry about that, Katie. Wanna- Oh my God. Oh my goodness. Sorry, it was not separated. Jesus, I just had it in my hand. I can't believe this. I just had it in my hand. No, I had it in my, literally. No, I just thought I had it in my hand. I'm gonna get this one. Thank you. And last but not least, this person isn't here, but this was our math tutor, and you guys remember her. Her name is Miss Kelly Ivy. This is Kelly Ivy. And she unfortunately had a mishap. She could not make it today. All right, that concludes our presentation for our presenters. Last and certainly not least, I want to close by saying thank you all again today. First, if you have not done so already, for you rising SCIP students, which were HOP students, the application for our JUMP program is open. It is still open. If you haven't applied yet, make sure you go on our website and apply. If you're not sure where to apply, you know where we are, and you know our phone numbers, and you also know our email addresses. Send me an email. I can send you the link. I know some parents, I did get your email. Some parents sent emails already. For our HOP and SCIP 2017-2018, that application is also open, and it's open in the same website and location that you all would go to for JUMP. And that website, we'll make sure you get it before you leave today. Some of you have completed some of our surveys, as you remember, and as we've said throughout the program, we are funded by the Office of Minority Health. And so a part of what we want to do is make sure that we're satisfying you in your programs. So we are asking for 2 surveys to be completed. One is the satisfaction survey, and one is the end of the program survey, and that is in the back of the room on a table. If you have not done so, please do so. It's very, very important that you complete this information. Parents, you also had some interactions with us throughout this time frame. We want to know how you felt about those interactions. There's a parent survey also in the back of the room. We are asking that all parents complete the final parent survey on how you felt about the interactions that you had here in our program. I'm going to ask Ms. McFarland to come up. And we definitely want to, I'm going to ask Ms. McFarland to, okay. Last and certainly not least, we want to give our appreciation to Ms. Tamara Owens, who did a great job today at presenting for us. Guest speaker. Thank you, Ms. Owens. Thank you. All right. And we look forward to working with her in the JUMP program in the summer. All right, thank you all for coming out. This does conclude our closing ceremony for our HOP and SCIP Cohort 1, 2016-2017. I look forward to seeing you guys back for those SCIP students that's going on through the pipeline programs. I look forward to seeing you and the HOP students that's coming back for JUMP. We look forward to seeing all of you. Thank you. We have some refreshments in the back of the room for you. Enjoy, and thank you for coming out. If you want to see the baby up close from the simulation that we did today, come on up and take a look.